The Minister of Energy, Dr. Matthew Prempe, has reiterated that the recent power outages experienced in parts of the country were not as a result of a load-shedding exercise by the Electricity Company of Ghana, ECG. Now, answering questions on the floor of Parliament, Dr. Prempe said a myriad of challenges contributed to the unplanned outage, hence the inability of ECG to provide a load-shedding timetable. There is more in this report.
For months, most parts of the country have experienced intermittent power outages, with businesses and households being hard hit. Answering questions on the floor of Parliament, the Minister of Energy, Dr. Matthew Prempe, says the power outages were not as a result of load shedding by the Electricity Company of Ghana, hence its inability to provide a load shedding timetable for the unplanned power outages.
No, ECG is not undertaking load shedding as at the time the question was asked. Mr. Speaker, consumers were experiencing outages due to a number of factors. That included localized outages due to overload on lines and transformers. Mr. Speaker, there are certain areas in this country that all of a sudden the number of people resident or the businesses that have accumulated, especially I can give an example of parts of East Legon, which was a purely residential area, now has become one of the major business districts, increasing power consumption, thereby hampering the existing lines there. So the transformers and the lines have to be outdated.
GRIDCO, that is supposed to be the systems operator, specifically wrote to you, telling you, complaining about ECG, that any time they instruct them to shed load, they refused. How do you reconcile that with the fact that you didn't know that there was load shedding?
The question related to when the question was asked, 2 weeks prior to when the question was asked, he had experienced load shedding. The question is very, very specific. And I'm saying that because of time, the answer may not have been relevant. Because at that time, ECG gave an answer that it was not load shedding. There was no load shedding. So that question was answered, that there was no load shedding by that answer. Subsequently, Mr. Speaker, members of the House want to relate to incidents happening now. And I'm saying that I didn't come prepared for the questions now. So when you put the questions down by our rules, I'll be available tomorrow to come and answer them.
In an interaction with journalists, the Minister for Works and Housing, Kojo Oponkroma, provided an update on efforts by the government to secure a private developer in ensuring the completion of the abandoned Saglemi housing project.
A couple of months ago, we issued a request for proposals. To date, I am briefed that about 10 companies, international and local, have expressed interest, have picked up forms, have been taken to the project site. They have had the opportunity to inspect work that has been left there so far, the necessary dilapidation reports, and they are putting together their proposals. According to the work plan that we put together, by the 8th or on the 8th of July, we expect to formally receive all of the bids. We'll do it openly in front of all of you, and then we will hand over the bids that we've received to an independent evaluation entity, which will give us an evaluation report. And then based on that evaluation report, government will proceed to select one of the bidders. It may be a single entity or a consortium of entities.
Government has assured that it will be transparent in its processes to ensure the privatization of the Saglemi housing project. Reporting for ChannelOne News, my name is Ni Ayikweyi Okain.